Drummer Dundee here, and let's talk about the ARMS Global Test Punch. So first we get to choose a character. I'm going to be starting on the first character, Springman. Let's see what he's made of. So when you go to the ARMS Online lobby, you can get randomly selected with whoever for whatever kind of match. You actually get to practice in the meantime and try out some of the different arms and the different style of punches, practice blocking, and you hit these targets while you wait. Alright, so looks like I got in a 2-on-2 match, so let's check out this stage. So this is kind of the standard ARMS arena. You have another person on your team. Of course, you get to choose your arms to begin with. And you notice you're kind of tied to them, rubber banded to them. So it can be a little difficult sometimes to fight since you're kind of thrown against them a lot. So a couple of cool things about this is, as you can see, they just deployed a bomb. You can always punch that towards an opponent. Now I just use one of my surges as well, which you'll see a lot of. And just a warning, I'm not very good at this game. One thing I do like is they always show you the ARMS instant replay, so you can tell exactly where you messed up.
Oh yes! Yahoo!
One nice thing though, even though I lost, I still got something out of it. So let's try Ribbon Girl now. And again, you can hang around, wait for a fight. That one happened pretty fast. So this is going to be a one-on-one fight instead. It's in what I call kind of the boiler room with all these weird green tubes going on. Now one thing you have to watch out for in this room is the grabs. If you have a really grabby opponent who likes slinging you around, they're going to sling you around into those tubes. It always seems to happen, no matter what. So if you have an opponent who's really strong, like this Mechanica, you need to try to get away from them as much as possible. So I'm trying to play the long game and stay away and block her grabs. Whether or not I'm successful or not is another story. See? Like that. It's one of the harder stages in my opinion. Alright, so now time to try Ninjara. I really like his blocking technique, as you'll see, the dash actually. His dash lets him teleport, so it's kind of cool. So this is going to be a headlock battle, which is actually one of my favorite kinds. So the three of us, Ninjara, Twintelle, and Mechanica, are going to try to take over and defeat Headlock. Headlock doesn't seem to be a character, instead it is just some kind of creature that has headlocked itself onto a normal player. So the three of us get to team up, but as you can see me crashing around, you can get hit with your allied arms. There is kind of friendly fire. So this is cool. This kind of yellow sports bottle here is actually powering up our surge triangles, so we can use our surge attacks, like my teammate there. And now me. I do really like that you really get to team up to defeat Headlock, including, you know, timing your surges so they happen at the same time. But you gotta stay away from Headlock's surge, otherwise it's really gonna mess you up. So right here, even though I got knocked out, I do get to see, you know, how the rest of my opponents fare. That was pretty short, but it does let you have kind of a bird's eye view to see how your teammates are going. Alright, let's take a look at Master Mummy. He's kind of the heavyweight of the franchise. So this arena is going to be the skill shot arena. The entire purpose, you're teamed up with someone else, is to try to hit as many targets as possible. Now I didn't do a terribly good job here. It took me a while to get the hang of skill shot. You're trying to hit the targets, but your team on the other side can still do a lot of damage to you. They can flip you, They can punch you, they can steal your targets from the other side, they can do a lot to make sure you don't get those points. So really, you want something that has maybe a quick multi-shot function for your arms, and not the big, heavy arm that I'm using. There's also bombs, so if that gets kicked your way, you're gonna get nice and dazed and stunned. So that's why you try to hit them towards your opponents. You also end up getting flipped a lot because people are usually doing the kind of grab gesture to try to get as many targets hit as possible. And you can see it counting up back behind the other team. Oh, we got another bomb, and this time it's getting me. Stunned, can't move for a little bit. Sometimes you also bump into your teammates a lot. You get kind of thrown into them constantly. Not too bad, we actually won one. Alright, so let's try Minh, who's actually one of my favorites. I'll talk about the different characters and their strengths in probably another video, but Min's probably my favorite. So we're back in the boiler room, but this time with a 2-on-2 match. And again, it's hard. If you got a big throwy type of person, you're going to get slammed into those tubes. But also if you're tied to another person, you end up getting kind of dragged down with them. So in this case, we're trying to kind of stay away from each other, hit from the edges, and trying not to get grabbed. Because that happens to you. Right through the tube. So here's another instance. I got knocked out, but my partner's still going strong or trying to. I have found, though, it's pretty hard to win once one of your partners or your teammate is down. But you can at least, you know, have some hope. Ouch. Alright, let's try Mechanica. This time we're in the boiler room, one-on-one fight with Ninjara. This one wasn't as tricky as I expected. I started practicing a lot with Mechanica and found this kind of 1-2 shot that I really liked. It also helps to jump and avoid attacks. I really had to learn to jump and dash a whole lot more than I was using. So I kept doing this kind of jump 1-2 shot here. Now this is another sports drink. You see the green one helps you regain health. So I try to stay in that as long as possible to regain some health while still hitting my opponent and keeping them out. Would you look at that? I can win for once. So the perfect indication was that I actually defeated him on full health, but that was only because of the little health boost we got there. So now let's move on to Twintelle. So another one-on-one match, and this one is on the steps. It's kind of like the steps to a temple, and it is randomly generated. So sometimes you'll start at the top of the steps, sometimes you'll start at the bottom of the steps. I always feel kind of disadvantaged at the bottom, but I guess it's all relative to how you play. And of course, his special leaves some lovely ink gel stuff on your face you can't see. We have another surge increasing energy drink here that I was trying to stand in and charge up. But his surge hit me in the end. And finally, we have Helix, the genetic experiment gone wrong, or right, depending on how you look at it. This is actually one of the more unique stages. It's called hoops, and your objective is in fact to dunk your opponent in the hoop. So lots of grabbing going on. So I actually realized this while I was playing that you really need a much faster arm to be able to grab your opponent quickly. Both the arms I chose were kind of slow. And those bombs really will get you. So he also has a zap arm that is disabling me as well and kind of freezing me so I can't move. Even though I'm not very good at it, I still think it's a really cool stage to include, if you just don't feel like fighting every once in a while. So that's just a quick look at ARMS. Like I said, I will do another video taking a look at the characters in a little bit more detail. Their strengths, their weaknesses, which ones I like. Have a good one!